Hello there, my crafty friends. It's Ashley Pfeiffer, the maker behind Stamped AF. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. And this week's video, I just want to do a cute and very quick little treat holder. It is using the In Color bags. I will link all the supplies below. And if you live in Canada and you're not yet working with a demonstrator, all you have to do to shop with me is click any one of those links. So this is strawberry, and let me tell you why the next one won't be. So this little treat is just Pop-Tarts Bites. And if you like Pop-Tarts, these are the perfect little snack. I mean, there's 150 calories in both of them, but I have such a sweet tooth that I find every meal I need something sweet. And these, they fill such a gap. So this one with strawberries, and while it's red, I only have polished pink treat bags. So that's it. Now, I did do a different version of this, and I actually just gave it to one of my team members. I should have taken a picture or hung on to it long enough to recreate it. What I did was using the Biggest Wish, which is what I used for the sentiment here. We've got Happy Birthday and then a cute little polished pink and just jade strawberry. Polished pink on polished pink. I just used the sweet strawberry bundle and stamped away. So we are definitely using Biggest Wish. Now on the one that I did, I stamped birthday repeatedly along the bag. This one, I'm kind of doing just a repeating pattern. I did leave the back blank. You don't have to. But I think maybe we'll stick with our birthday down the front. And then I'm going to bring in the new Sweets and Treats. This is in the July to December mini catalog. And if you live in Canada, and again, not working with a demonstrator, and you need a copy of the new catalog, I would be happy to send you one. So you can fill out the link in the description below, and I can get one of those out to you right away. Turn off that light so I stop getting a glare. So we're just going to use the little cupcake for this one because there's really no cake, right? I don't think we have a birthday cake right now. But if you need like a little goodie bag or something like that, this is going to be perfect. You can do them in no time. In fact, if you use the Stamparatus, you can get it done probably even quicker. But I am just going to freestyle this. So this one is going to look a little bit different than my sample. All you have to do is line up the bees, try and keep it in a straight line. This is tricky to do with my phone in the way. My Y's are getting a little bit closer to the edge. Okay, so that's enough. We don't need to go one more. You could if you wanted, but I find that's good. And then what you can do is stamp happy on one of those, but I think we're still going to stick with our tag. And you can see I used the bold happy and then the scripty birthday. This time it's going to be the scripty happy and the bold birthday. Now with this happy stamp, you actually have to be very careful because it is on the stamp set kind of upside down. And when you first look at it, it almost could work the other way, but it won't. So this will not show up on there. So I'm going to bring in, I think, real red, and we'll just stamp happy on there. You can't even tell it's red, but it is dark enough that you can read it. And I mean, with confetti cake, we need a happy birthday, right? The strawberries could be for anything. It could be hello, thank you, happy birthday, whatever you want. Don't know why I turned into an Irish person right there. I should mention that I found these at Walmart, and I initially thought about using this with my Measure of Love online class and then changed my mind. So we're going to use this adorable little cupcake, and if you don't have this stamp set yet, because it's in the new catalog, one, it's a great time to join because you can add new product to your starter kit. It's awesome. But if you wait till August 3rd, not only can you order, you can add the new items to your starter kit, but you'll also get a free bundle. So that is come August 3rd. Now I'm just going to stamp a few of these here, there. You could just do one. We'll stamp one of them on our tag because we are still going to do a tag. And as it gets higher up, you could stamp this off. I'm choosing not to. I feel like I want one more, so I'm going to bring in my previously used grid paper and just stamp that on the bottom. Isn't that cute? It's just such a little whimsical cupcake. I love it. I love the size, love everything. There's also little hearts in here that you could go in between, but I think we're going to leave it at that. You could color the cupcakes as well. Now what we can do, I apologize for the plasticky sound. That sound drives me nuts. But we're going to tuck that in there. And we're going to do it a little bit. We're going to do it a little bit differently. So what we are going to do is just fold that down. And if you want it to be perfect, you can score it before you put your Pop-Tarts in there. So this one, I just did my tag and I glued it on. My original card, I had my ribbon going around and there was a tag that went through it. Now I have about that much polished pink, so that's not quite enough, but I do have another roll here. Because I did product shares, I have partial rolls. Speaking of product shares, the registration for the July to December product shares is open. We'll be placing that in that first week of August. So if you would like a sampling of the DSP, the embellishments, the ribbon, all that jazz, you can join my product share. It's a great way to get a little bit of everything. Now I think, I'm trying to remember what I did the first time. And to be honest, I don't remember. I know it was cute. So I think I'm just going to tie a little loose knot in there. We can put our tag on there still. I don't want to cover up too much of the happy birthday. And I am using the fancy tag topper punch. You could certainly use one of the new tags, but I'm going to keep this simple where it's just a little bit of punching. So I have some basic white cardstock that is 2 inches. And right now it's 2 inches by 11 inches. All I'm going to do is punch that. It has to be 2 inches, otherwise it won't fit in there. So what we're going to do is kind of the same thing we did here. So let's use the bold happy. But first, I want to stamp my birthday to make sure that that fits. So this time we're going to use full strength polished pink for the birthday. And then for happy, we're going to stamp it off. I've got this scrap of grid paper here, and I'm just going to put it kind of in the middle there. Not necessarily the easiest to read, but it's so cute, right? So I just trimmed it down, and I'm going to use my detailed trio punch and round those corners. There we go, so cute. And I'm just going to stamp my cupcake on there this time. I'm not going to fussy cut, although it would be super cute. This just goes to show that when you go to use your ink pad, don't just stick to the middle part, because you end up lifting all the ink from there, and then it's so juicy in the corners, and you wouldn't know it. Thinking about putting 2, but I think I'm going to leave well enough alone. And then the other thing I want to do, because there's so much white on here, and it's just a little bit too much white for my liking, I'm going to put it on my grid paper. Look, these don't even look like the same pink. Let's just make sure I don't. Oh, I have Magenta Madness. That was close. There we go. So I'm just going to do a little bit of spritz just to fill up some of that space. Now to add a little bit more, because I didn't add my punch this time, we don't have any dimension. I'm just going to color in that frosting. This is the light polished pink Stamp and Blend. And you're probably thinking, oh, but you didn't use Memento. So you can color with your Stamp and Blends using regular ink, But you don't want to stay in any one area too long because it will really start to run and you don't want that. So we're going to pretend that this is like a cherry chip cupcake. We'll leave the liner white, but pink frosting. Probably could do like a Flirty Flamingo cup paper liner, but it's all good. Okay, so now I'm going to use this little piece from here. And I know it's way too long right now. I'm going to tie that on, and then with just a little bit of white twine, tie a dainty little bow. And don't worry if it's too high up, we can always push it down after. Can adjust those tails. Now we'll trim that. I do like to have my tails at 2 different lengths, so we'll do one down here, one up there. You can even have them going the opposite direction. Let's get rid of this before I put my tag in it. And then what we're going to do is just leave that little bit of ribbon there. Or not. Not sure I love it. Let's just cut that off. We'll still trim those ends because if someone decides to take the tag off, at least it's still pretty like that. Too long. And then I think I might just put a glue dot on here to keep that on. I did attach it right to the bag on this one, but it doesn't have to be. And I know that on my sample, the ribbon was actually, the tag was tied right on there, but silly me, I gave it away. Okay, so there we go. And I mean, the recipient could use this tag for something given that it's only adhered with glue dots. So there's a little bit of method to the madness. Not always, but sometimes. So keep an eye out for those little Pop-Tart treats. And if you're like me and you need a little dessert like that, drop me a comment. Let me know I'm not the only sweet tooth crafter. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Super quick, super easy. And I will see you again next week, my crafty friends. Bye.